Hi everyone and welcome back to a new video. So to continue our search for the best AI tool for research, in this video I'm going to be showing you how I finished this gigantic to-do list that I have on writing a literature review, finding a research gap, and sorting out my reference papers. So I'm going to be using just one tool today, and it is AnswerThis. So AnswerThis, to my convenience, is a fairly new AI tool that is specifically tailored for research. So first off, I open AnswerThis, and then I have this prompt helper. They have so many prompt helpers, including finding and identifying a gap in the literature. I am doing just that, and I'm asking AnswerThis to identify a gap in the literature in the field of mental health and exercise. Then AnswerThis provided me with a summarized document containing all of the gaps in the field. It basically just does an overview of all of the published papers and summarizes what they covered and what their limitations were, pointing out future directions in that way. Going back to the same interface, and I'm using the prompt helper, but this time to find relevant papers on the topic. I think this is a good place to start, especially for someone who's just brainstorming ideas and wants to read over some papers just to give you an overview of all the published literature, and it did just that. It provided me with a list of the relevant papers on this topic in the form of a normal list on the right side and then a reference list on the left side, and you can copy and paste this information to your own document, or you can just use the papers on the right side to chat with the papers or to save them to your library. For instance, right now, I'm saving this paper to my library. I'm going to be showing you what I mean by library right now. So on the sidebar, there is this panel called Library. If you click on it, you will find all your projects. I have multiple projects, and this one is going to be a new one. So I'm going to be creating a new project, and I'm naming it Mental Health. As you can tell, I have another project going on. So you can have multiple projects going on in different fields. You can also move papers across the projects for better organization. Now I'm ready for a literature review. So I'm asking it to provide me with a literature review on the topic of exercise and mental health, but I find this very handy feature called filters. I want it to be a structured literature review, and I would like for it to have a minimum of 20 citations. So apparently turbo mode makes you get the results quicker, but I want it to be more comprehensive, so I'm going to uncheck this. You can choose the databases, so I checked PubMed. Then I wanted to search all websites, and I wanted to include my papers as well as papers in journals as well that I didn't include in my library. And then I included Q1 and Q2 journals only. Lastly, and this to me is the most important feature, is to pick the date of publishing of each article. I only want my literature review to be from 2018 to 2025, so that's what I picked. It takes some time to load, then it provides you with the comprehensive literature review. I'm honestly surprised by how comprehensive this is and how long it is. I haven't yet found any other AI tool that provides you with such length and so many citations. It did include over 20 citations. You can find them in a reference list as well. They're linked to a reference list below. They are again linked, so if you change the citation style, the references will follow. You can also download it as a PDF, and then, as you can see, I just have the review article finished. Then I go back to the article and I find all of the reference papers on the right side. In the sorting panel, you can see that you can add a column, and I'm adding the feature limitations. If you add this feature, whenever you click on a certain article and expand it by clicking show more, it shows you the abstract of the paper as well as the new column that you added. Now this feature is very interesting, which is the bibliometric analysis. All I did was select all the papers used in the literature review, and then I clicked the bibliometric analysis button. It provides the results in the forms of charts, graphs, as well as just pictures. There's so many ways you can include the bibliometric analysis in your article. This is the first graph. This one is the bar chart. This is also another option. I'm also going to be trying out this interesting feature which is called Create a Diagram. If you click on this feature, you'll find so many charts available that you can customize. like a flow chart, a pie chart, a mind map. So I'm going to be using a pie chart. I'm using the pie chart on the topic of mental health. So I'm asking it to compare the different exercise methods and their impacts on mental health. And very quickly, it created this pie chart with the title that I wrote, and it provided me with the numbers as well. You can easily just download this pie chart and include it in your article. This next feature is also so helpful. It is called the citation map. So to start this out, all I need is just at least one paper that has many citations. Then citation map basically visualizes the relevant papers related to that paper that I picked. It calls this paper the origin. Here it explains to you the different nodes and how they're connected to each other. I picked a paper that has 160 citations. That's why the map is too big. But you can customize this map. You can change the colors of the nodes, and you can change their sizes as well. You can zoom in, zoom out, select any node, and when you select the node, it shows you the corresponding paper on the right side. So you can again save that paper, you can chat with it, you can just check it out in any way. Here, I'm going to be using my AI writer because it's time for me to write an outline for my research, and I am going to be naming my new document Exercise and Mental Well-Being. So it's just an untitled document, and on the right side, you have so many tools. I'm using the Generate Outline tool. I already have the topic written down, and it is exercise and mental well-being. Then I'm going to be just giving it a quick or brief description. So I only wrote down how exercise impacts mental health and human biology. Then I get to pick the number of headings and the subheadings as well. I don't want too many subheadings. I only want it to be sectioned into a lot of headings. I do the same as I did with the literature review basically. And it generated an outline. It tells me if I want to replace the content of my document or to place this new text above it or below it. I don't have anything in the document anyway, so I told it to replace the whole thing. And on the right side, it showed me all the papers that were referenced in that outline. If you want to cite any article from your library, you can do so very easily because all of the articles from your library will be on the right side for you. Not only that, but if you don't have a relevant paper, you can select the text and search for a relevant paper with that text on the right sidebar. Search for a paper on any database basically, and it will find the most relevant one for you. You can add it to your library, or you can just cite it in the relevant text in your document, and it will also be automatically added to your reference list. If you already have a paper that you want to read faster or chat with, you can definitely do so by opening your library, uploading that paper, and then when it is uploaded, you can select it and chat with that paper. If there is a certain part of that paper that you could use more explanation on, you can select it and then use that feature on the bottom right section, which basically explains the selected text. For me, I wanted to learn more about DNA methylation analysis, and so I selected that in the paper. So these are all the features that I got to try using AnswerThis, and I'm looking forward to learning more about it and about all the new features that will come along. There are certain features that can only be accessed through a premium plan, but many features are also available as part of the regular plan, and this page kind of explains that. On their AnswerThis pricing page, they have a complete table comparing different plans, so don't forget to check out the link in the description and try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think in a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.